Okay, so today I am going to show you the percent proportion.
Can you go over the homework?
I mean,
I think,
I don't really think that there's a, all I'm gonna do today is what I have to do. I'm not gonna add any more on. So we'll just get done when we have to get done and then we're done. Right? Then you get your homework done before the weekend.
Great job, Mel.
How do we have homework on a Friday?
You won't if we get it done in class.
But you're so good.
Ugh. Then, so if you do this one, then you start off term 4 with a 100.
So if we're gonna do, we start off.
I really want to right
Exactly.
away.
All right, so this is 5 dash, I think it's 2.
5-3.
Oh, maybe it is 3.
I got a piece of paper. Please.
Sure. There even is any left in there.
In here?
Yeah, on the bottom. Oh. I mean, I guess.
I can just use the back of
Sure.
this.
Okay, the percent proportion. Do you know what percent means? I know you know what they are, but you have to define it. What does percent mean? It means out of 100. I put a sticky note over that. Ooh, that's good. Okay. So percent means out of 100. So when you take a test that has, let's just say 100 questions and each one is worth 1 point apiece, it's really easy. If you got 90 of them right out of a 100, your grade is literally a 90%, right? So if you get 90 out of 100 questions right on a test, your score is 90%, right? Of course it is. But as you all know, sometimes I give you a test or a quiz and it's not necessarily out of 100 points, especially the quizzes. Quizzes are very often out of 60 points, 40 points, 20 points, it could be anything. So what you do is you're going to take the fraction that I give you and you just turn it into a percent. So let's just say you got 30 out of 40 points on a quiz. How can I figure out what that is as a percent? 30 out of 40 equals how much of a percent? How do we do that? Yeah, you literally just divide the two. So if I grab a calculator and I do 30 divided by 40, I get 0.75. Now that doesn't mean you got 0.75% because what do I then do with that number?
You just round it up. 75, right?
You move the decimal.
Yeah.
Yep, you move the decimal 2 spots and we get a 75%. So what do? You are going to divide the fraction. And then you multiply by 100, which is the same thing as moving the decimal 2 places. So this is the same idea that says, okay, so you got 75% of the questions right. If this quiz had been worth 100 points instead of 40, you would have gotten 75 of them right. Okay, so that's our first thing. If you are given a fraction or a ratio is just a comparison of the two numbers, you can always turn it into a percent by following these two steps: divide and multiply by 100. So sometimes you guys, when I give you back a quiz or a test and it says, I don't know, 25 out of 26, and you're like, well, what's that as a percent? I'm not telling you. You know how to find it. Divide the two, multiply by 100. So try a couple more. So change the ratio to a percent. All right, so let me give you a couple different ones. Let's do, how about 10 out of 15. Let's do, sometimes it might be given to you like this. Sometimes it might be given as a fraction. Let's do something like, say you got 30 out of 50. And let's do one more. What if you got, let's do a big one. Let's say it was, let's say we did a survey of the whole school and we said, you know, how many of you got a good night's sleep last night? Out of 1,200 kids, how many kids do you think would say that they did?
40. I got a good night's sleep, Anna.
Let's say 700. Let's say 700 out of, I think we're around 1,200 students.
In this whole school?
Yes, I think we're,
Maybe.
it's like 1,200 and change.
I would say 100 actually.
Well, so maybe the question is how many of you got a bad night's sleep? Maybe we'll go with the 700, whatever. So figure out what percentage these three are representing. You are allowed a calculator, by the way. So this whole chapter, I'm pretty sure everything is calculator friendly.
60-something percent.
One of them is 60% on the nose, one of these three. I wonder if they're ever gonna get these speakers fixed. Drives me nuts. You hear it, right?
Yeah.
Hear what?
That the speaker like crackling. It's like static in the speaker, but it's like random times. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna call on you at random. So the first one, if it's 10 out of 15, what is that as a percent, Noah?
100%.
Like 66%?
That sounds right.
66.
Well, let's go back. So first of all, 10 out of 15, if you're gonna write that as a fraction, that's just 10 over 15, right? That's all. So if they give it to you in words, you can just write it as a fraction, no big deal. So now, according to our steps, we're supposed to divide that fraction. So if I grab my calculator, do 10 divided by 15, I get 0.6 repeating. But now remember, you need to take that answer and multiply it by 100. There was our second step. So when you get that, you get 66.6 repeating percent. By the way, when you write a number as a percent, it's really important to put the percent sign on the end, right? Then that's showing me that that is the percent. It's not just some random number. Okay, so that's kind of a big deal. Make sure you've got that. Yes. So fast, oh my gosh. Number 2, 30 out of 50. They're not here. Hey, with no E. What'd you get for 30 out of 50? Yes. If you divide the two, you get 0.6, and then we're just going to multiply by 100, and that one comes out nice, clean, 60%.
Are these all gonna be 60%?
Nope.
Oh, no.
I don't think so. And 700 out of 1,200.
Oh,
Natalie, what'd you get for that one?
58.3 repeating.
That sounds about right to me.
Wait, what?
Yes. So divide the two. So first write it as a fraction, 700 over 1,200. When you do that division, we get 0.583, and the 3 is repeating. Times by 100. And you are spot on, 58.3 repeating with the percent on
What
the
if we
end.
don't have a calculator?
This one, there's a
If all
whole,
of them explode or something like that.
what? You can always borrow one of mine. Oh, well, they're there if you need them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so now let's try. Let me show you this percent proportion, and you might have seen this before. I don't know. Do you remember? Actually, I'm gonna flip the page. So I'm gonna run out of room. Does this sound familiar to you? Is over of equals percent over 100. Have you heard this before? Have any of you heard this? Seen this? No? All right. Oh, sorry. So in the glare. Let me move it so it's not. So please take a moment and write this down. So you're gonna write this proportion and make sure you have these words in the right spot. So is over of equals percent over 100. This is called the percent proportion. And I'm gonna show you how to use it. And once you know how to use it, your life becomes so easy.
It's still gonna be visible.
No. This is gonna help so much.
Well, it depends on what it helps with.
Suppose.
Are you trying to steal out of Sophia's bag? Or Sophie's bag?
Oh,
You
boy.
said you need to steal that Coke.
Sue, can you have a seat, please? Thank you so much. All right, let's say you are trying to solve a question like the following. Let's say I want to know what is 30% of 80? Yes.
Oh, that's.
Well, let me show you.
It's 30 divided by 100.
Well, hold on. So let me show you how to use the percent proportion to figure this out. So let me rewrite this. Is percent 100.
He just took some.
Guys, can we please? All right, the number, this right here, the number in that bottom right-hand corner will always be 100. So that one always is gonna be a 100. The percent spot, if there's a number in your problem that has a percent sign on it already, that number goes there. Put any number with
That's a stolen Coke.
with percent sign on it. Okay, and then the is and the of is a little weird until you get used to it, but this is the number that you're gonna read the sentence, and whatever number is kind of linked to the word is, you put here. So number linked to is, and this would be the number linked to of. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. All right, so if I'm going to use the percent proportion to solve this, check this out. So I always put 100 right there. Always, 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 that is always going to be a 100. If I read my problem, what is 30% of 80? Another easy one to put in is the thing that has a percent symbol on it. Doesn't 30 have the percent sign attached to it?
Yeah.
So that's how I know 30 is gonna go right here, because that's gotta go in the percent spot. Okay, so on that side, I have 30 over 100. Now, the left-hand side, the is and the of. So look at what's going on here. If I read this, it says, what is? That means I don't know what that number is, because it's saying what? I don't know. So that, I'm just gonna put an X in the is spot. But what do you think goes in the of spot? 80, yeah, because if I look over here, of 80, they're linked together. So the 80 is with the of, so that's just gonna go down here. And I know, you might be thinking, well, how do you know it's not the 30? Because the 30 is right next to the of 2. The 30 was the percent. I already put that somewhere. So it's the other number. And now look what you have. You have a proportion. You guys know how to solve proportions. You just cross multiply and we'll get our answer. So once you kind of understand how to use this percent proportion, you can solve all these different types of questions so easily. So if we cross multiply, one side, I'm going to get 100x. The other side, 80 times 30. Remember, you set them equal to each other. So that is 2,400. And now all I have to do is, exactly, divide both sides by a 100. And that tells me, if I divide that by 100, I get 24. So what is 30% of 80? 24. 24 is. So if I were shopping and I wanted to buy something that was $80, but it was on sale 30% off, boom, that means I'm going to save $24. So how much would I pay on the, it'd be,
You said $84, right?
it's $80.
Oh, so you could get like 60. No.
You just subtract, you're getting a little bit wrong. It's 56. Right? So I would end up paying $56 for that $80 item that's on sale 30% off. Yes. Does that make sense? Let's try another one. And what's so nice about this is because sometimes you're looking for different things. Sometimes I want to know the percent. Sometimes I want to know, it could be phrased a little bit differently. So let's try another one. I'll squeeze it in over here. Example 2. Maybe I want to know something like 40 is 15% of what number? So this one, the question is kind of set up a little bit differently, but I'm still going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do is over of equals percent over 100. And then I just fill in those 4 spots. 100 always goes down here. Always, always, always. So that one is kind of like a freebie. And then I usually do the percents next because that's my next easiest. Is there a number that has a percent sign on it? 15. So I know 15 goes right there. What do you think goes in the is spot?
40.
40. Yes. If I go back to the original question, those two are linked together. 40 is. So I put 40 up here. And then what am I going to put in the of spot? X. Because see what it says? Of what number? I don't know what that is. So I'm going to put in an X in the of spot. Ta-da! And now it's just a proportion. Here, Noah, let me help you.
Well, I can see that.
You can? All right.
Got my glasses on.
I see, but I thought I saw you squinting too. So, and it was kind of zoomed way up. So now, hopefully everybody can solve this. So go ahead. Everybody try that one. Don't say your answer out loud. Just get it.
Oh, got it.
See how nice this is once you kind of unlock how to do it? And these, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll be perfectly honest. You're not going to use every single thing that you learn in this class. There's no way. They're same for every class, right? You're going to learn things in science that may not apply to your everyday life. But
I got you.
percents, you will use percents, I promise you.
40, oh, 40. I got a repeating decimal.
Me too. What is your answer?
266.66.
Yes.
Or 60.
Sorry, I zoomed way too far in now. There we go. So 40 would be 15% of some bigger number, right? Well, there's the bigger number. 266.6 repeated. Does that make sense? So this could be, I mean, I don't know why, if this would be a weird thing in terms of a sale, but you ever look on the receipt and sometimes they say you saved blah, blah, blah amount.
On your seat.
So, yes. If you buy something, you get a receipt.
Oh, I think you said like a chair.
Oh, no, a receipt. So on the bottom of a receipt, like especially if you ever
Yeah.
shop at Kohl's or something, they love saying you saved such and such amount of dollars. Or you're at the grocery store, they always put how much money you save, so you think you're getting a good deal, right? So if you had saved $40 and then it said that was 15% of your total must have been $266.67, I would round to. So if you had saved 15%, that would have been 40. How cool. Anyway, let's try another one. Let's do one. Ooh, I know. Try this one. What percent of 90 is 15? Let's say I'm shopping somewhere, I have a coupon that's $15 off your purchase, and I want to purchase a $90 item. So I'm like, oh, I wonder what percent I'm actually saving here. So again, remember, you set it up the same way. I'll write, I mean, I don't expect you to write is over percent over 100 every time, but now you can see it. You do have to fill in. So you guys could start right here. You know, right here is going to be a 100. And then I go back and I'm going to read, do I have a number that has a percent sign attached to it?
No.
So what do I put?
90. No, X.
X, exactly. This time, the X is going to go in the percent spot because it's the percent that I don't know. Right? Do you see that? And then,
15 and 90.
yeah, so which one goes where though? Where is 90 going to go?
90 is on top.
On the bottom, because it's of 90, right? Those two are linked and is 15. So 15 is going to go in the is spot. 90 will go in the up spot. So make sure that you have 15 on top and 90 on the bottom. And then once you have the proportion, now it's easy peasy. You just cross multiply, boom, boom, boom. So everybody get your answer. Don't say it out loud yet.
I got it.
You have it already? I don't know it, so hold on.
No, why'd you make my skateboard? Right there.
All right, Noah, you said you have the answer?
No, I don't.
Oh. All right, Natalie, go ahead.
I got 16.6.
You are correct. So if I did get to save $15 on this $90 purchase, that would have been a saving of 16.6 repeating percent, almost 17%. Cool. All right, so this is probably a good place to pause. So we'll break for lunch here, and then when we get back, we'll just do the assignment, and then we'll be done. So that's it. Okay, okay.